Hello, my name is Vilma Hernandez Gomez, and it is my pleasure to present to you my capstone project. I start by sharing this quote from the Reggio Emilia principle that inspires me to be a force in the wonderful world of early childhood. Children have an intrinsic motivation to learn. All they need are the resources to help them learn. Learning is a village affair. It's an understatement to say that the COVID-19 pandemic came to change our world. As many other educators, I was forced to find a way to continue serving our families in the home visiting program that I lead. We knew that it was not an option to continue serving our families. For the safety of the staff and families, we could not continue going to their homes. So the question in front of us was, how were we going to continue serving our families? Through this project, I explored parent engagement through virtual visits that lead to positive child outcomes. I lead a program in Spring ISD called Smart Start. We serve families through home visits with the goal of school readiness. Our number one question when the pandemic started was, how are we going to engage parents? The pandemic has brought isolation and much stress to families. Many are having to worry about meeting basic needs. By continuing to offer services virtually, we hope to prevent child abuse and neglect while encouraging children learning and providing support to the parents. Both modalities, virtual and in-person, could be an option for parents, leading to more families enrolling in our program. In the literature review, I first explore parent engagement. There seems to be an agreement among researchers of the benefits of home visiting in early childhood. The big question is, how do we engage parents? Warner and his colleagues state that parent engagement is multidimensional. That is, that it goes beyond parents enrolling and dropping out of the program. They urge program to take this approach. Shanti collected data from the perspective of the home visitors. The home visitors believe that they engage parents with their positive approach, attitude, knowledge, and skills. Ganeshan and his colleagues explored behavior economic strategies such as personalized invitations, child-friendly planners, text messages reminders. The results showed higher attendance and increased time parents spend with their children on educational activities outside of the school. Khalil and Ryan suggest meditation, relaxation, and breathing to improve parent executive function skills, and this will most likely lead to increased quality parent-child interactions. Another area I explored is the relationship between parent and home visitor. Research cites that the working alliance is key for positive child outcomes. Parents that experience less stress and have warm parent-child interactions appear to have a better working alliance with their home instructors. Home visitors that were dependable, honest, persistent, and meticulous were able to overcome parent distrust and reluctance. Peterson and his colleagues look at modeling and coaching. When home visitors used these strategies, parent-child interactions increased. They also found that even though programs claim that these were methods they implemented often, a few home visitors actually use coach and modeling during their home visits. For many home visiting programs, school readiness is a critical goal. Studies have shown that home visiting programs are effective in preparing children to enter school. Programs that are successful in school readiness teach parents to promote letter knowledge, print awareness, and learning games. A study by Bierman that focused on activities and methods that supported children's academic learning showed sustained effects through 3rd grade. The next area that I explored in my literature review is Parents as Teachers. Parents as Teachers is a national recognized research-based curriculum used in many home visiting programs. And studies have shown PAT's effectiveness in increasing positive parenting behaviors that lead to school readiness and sustain academic growth. The Parents as Teachers emphasis is on teaching parent-child development and activities that they can do with their children to increase school readiness. The last area I explored in my literature review is virtual visits. 6 months ago, there was little research on virtual visits. The COVID-19 pandemic has brought some preliminary studies that have begun to shed some light in this unknown territory. Olson and her colleagues back in 2012 conducted the Virtual Home Visit Project that looked at how the medical field was using telehealth to connect with families. They found that parents were engaged and they welcomed coaching during virtual visits. Staff had to be trained to ease anxiety. Parents did not seem to have many issues with technology. Parents that had experienced both virtual and in-person visits reported feeling comfortable with both modalities. And also it was found that parents were able to speak more about early childhood topics during the virtual visits than in the in-person visits. Another early pilot program called Focus Early Childhood with military families was found to be successful in engaging parent only sessions and parent and child sessions. A more recent study that the state of Florida conducted in the Maternal, Infant, and Early Childhood Visiting Initiative found that virtual home visits are feasible with good administrative leadership, the willingness of the staff, and logistic considerations. Some barriers to overcome in virtual interactions with parents and children, and the lack of video and efficient internet and overall anxiety due to the pandemic were some of the barriers the project found that they needed to address. Another recent study looked at Zoom sessions of toddlers and preschoolers. The study recommends training for teachers on technology and how to engage children through the different virtual platforms. As we take our home visiting programs virtually, we need more research on virtual services, how to train home visitors so they feel successful, how to coach and model remotely. Many families are going through very difficult times. How do home visitors find a balance of being supportive and encouraging learning during the visits? Another question is, how do we assess children remotely? Funds have been allocated for devices and internet connectivity for students grades kinder through 12th grade, but not many funds have been allocated for young children and their parents. Lastly, there is a gap on research about how to motivate parents to enroll in home visiting program. So as we move forward, these are some of the things that we need to concentrate, and hopefully researchers will invest time to support this new world that we have to navigate with our families. COVID-19 has brought unprecedented challenges. It's imperative to look at how we are going to best serve young children and their families. We need to take what has worked in in-person visits and, along with new discoveries, continue to transition to virtual services and accept the continued task to engage parents. So parents, in turn, work with their children for sustained, positive child outcomes. Thank you for your attention. This is the end of my presentation. The last 3 slides are the references I used to complete the project.